Here we are back again, Wednesday night.
Yes, we are.
Wednesday night, this fan's view. Beautiful weather outside on this May 8th, but I understand some more rain's coming back in the area.
A little bit.
Little bit.
It's already May 8th. Like, we already missed a whole week of May already. It's gone.
We're like 3 weeks away from going to the shore every weekend and opening up the shore house and
Yeah.
taking care of the boat and all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What are we eating there,
The
Lauren?
summer rituals.
M&Ms.
M&Ms. Well, yeah. So we're down a person. Anthony has games this week.
Mm-hmm.
The Hartford Yard Goats
Yep.
are in town. They got a couple of nice baseball lifers following them around this week. Todd
Helton.
Todd Helton is the assistant to the general manager, and
Clint
Hurdle.
There you
Clint Hurdle. I guess he's some form of, instructive kind of guy or something. Did you ever find out anything on that, Lauren?
I think he's like one of those roving instructors.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Probably our Charlie Manuel.
Yeah, a couple of baseball lifers. Clint's been around. Florida, 91 degrees today. Well, we weren't too far behind you on temperature, but we got rid of that humidity this morning after a little. Did you get rain this morning, Lauren?
Yeah, I think it seemed a little damp when I came outside, but nothing crazy.
Nothing too crazy.
It poured here.
Yeah.
It poured down in my house.
Yeah, it rained here as well, but yeah, all things are good. We got another busy week. Some great conversation to kick around.
Best
let's
team
throw
in
it-
baseball with the Phillies. We got lots going on.
Yeah. Let's get everybody caught up on the fantasy and see who's on top of the leaderboard.
All right. Well, I don't like you're just doing this to dig it in on me. I don't like having to do this.
Hey!
I don't like having
I
to
just
do this
asked for an update. That's all I asked for.
Is that all you're doing? Is asking for an update?
I just asked for an update.
All right. Well, you're climbing up there. You're there in fourth spot, as you can see. You're there in fourth, and of course, Jen picking all the funny names. She's at that top still. I'm still down there at 10th, so we're hanging in there. But
it's John O'Brien. I saw a Kyle O'Brien in front of you too.
Yeah, Kyle's beating me. Tyler, though, I'm kicking his ass though. I'm kicking his ass.
And he's the loud one, right?
Oh yeah, he's the loudmouth. Yep, kicking his ass. But yeah, it's going well. I mean, everybody's still enjoying it, even though we had a lot of injuries. So we would get messaging a lot of people back and forth, and this week we had the unfortunate thing with Trey Turner going down, which hurt. So a lot of players, had him on the team. So we had to scramble around and get some replacements, and everything's working well. Yep, we got the spreadsheets working good. I just got to figure out. I know how to send it and share it to Facebook. I just don't know how to protect it from people changing their scores. So,
that's interesting.
So that's the only thing. So
they wouldn't do that, would they?
No, nobody would do that. So
is it a Google Doc?
It's a Google Doc. Yep.
You can set it to a view only mode.
Yeah, that's what I need the. I sent it the other night. I did a little bit of a test. I sent it over onto our page just to see, and then Jen went on and looked, and she was able to still edit it. So I got to figure out where the view only page part is for.
Right.
I saw it when I emailed it to other people to see. I know you can hit the view only, but I don't know how to do it to a Facebook page.
Got it.
For the view only part.
Okay.
So we're getting close.
All right.
We're getting that up, and the boys are coming home tomorrow, so my IT department will have to dig into that part.
Are they, not to get personal, but are they coming home from college for the summer?
They are.
Okay.
They are. A week late. They stayed an extra week.
Okay.
But yeah. So they coming home just in time for Mother's Day.
Nice. Very cool.
Otherwise, they probably would have stayed up there another week, I guess. But
Mother's Day and then Father's Day. So
yeah, they don't worry about the Father's Day.
oh, stop. Stop.
But yeah, no, it's been
right.
well. We've been having fun with it.
Good.
And, yeah. Like I said, it's. I think a lot of people are learning the league a little bit, with different names, because there's a lot of new names coming up when we get the injuries and coming on. So it's not just
all right,
not just the same names.
All right. Good. Well, staying with the theme of baseball, this time next Wednesday night we'll be at Hanrahan's Irish Pub with first-time guest Ben Davis.
Yes.
Looking forward to that.
It should be fun.
Malvern's owned Ben Davis.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be a lot of questions, because he's not a Philly per se, right?
Well, no, because he was with the Mariners,
Right,
so,
right.
As their first round pick, but
yeah.
But I mean, he's pregame and postgame, so.
Oh yeah, no, it does a great job, talking about the Phillies and, but usually the Phillies hire
within
former Phillies, right?
Right. True.
The Crux, the Stalkers, all the ambassadors, Morandini, Thompson, Dickie Knowles. Speaking of Dickie Knowles, he'll be joining us at Buffalo Wild Wings on the 29th.
Yes.
He's always a great guest. I got, I was looking at a lot of, notes, about a lot of these not current, but these Phillies teams that have won, like the 80 team, the 08 team, right. And what we're going through now, with the Bryce Harper era and, what he really feels about, now that he's not in coaching, maybe he can open up a little bit, about, this current squad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, this team's on pace with the 93 team, the way they started off on fire. So,
yeah,
they're right there, which is,
but they lost today.
They did. That's because
Shawnee lost today.
That's because Shawnee went to the game and didn't invite us. Bastard.
That's got a lot to do with it.
Teasing us with the, showing us, not that he's teasing me with the beers, but
he's in the Hall of Fame. The beers are really cold, and then I get a message from Tony. He's there. He got his gold bobblehead from Reading years ago. He finally got that signed by Greg Luzinski. Woke me up this morning. What pen should I use to get the brim of the? I'm like, really? You had to wake me up to ask me that? Yeah. So I'm glad everybody ruined the winning streak, and there you go.
Yep, exactly. Yep, with the two of them there, that was definitely a bad
It's
mojo.
bad juju.
Yep.
It's bad juju. But I'm just damn jealous. That's all. Because I couldn't.
We are, but that's okay.
Yep. Hey,
at least admit it.
You gotta have fun. If you can't have fun, what's the sense?
Right.
What's the sense? But anyway, I mean, yeah, they're not going to win every game, but they threw out a stat today, was pretty interesting. They hadn't lost at home since like April 14th or something.
Yeah, well, it's 11 games winning streak at home, so
pretty wild. And they're everybody seems to be talking about the crowds at Citizens Bank. Even today,
right?
They had close to 40,000 for a business person special.
With people in school still,
right? A lot of people playing hooky. A lot of people, cutting out early.
Right.
You guys,
except us guys.
Mm-hmm.
People dedicated.
That's right.
But I mean, it's good. I hope they can kind of these injuries. I hope we don't get hit with the injury bug, and you can. I don't know. Can you replace a Trey Turner? No, but you got a couple pieces to fill in.
Right. Well, that's a good thing. Right at the moment, we do have the pieces where you have Sosa that can fill in at shortstop when needed, and then if we need to put Bryson Stott over there at short. I don't know that if I like that though. Like leave him alone a little bit.
He's making the plays though, and he seems
he
happy
is
over there.
Yeah, no, he's making the plays. It's just a matter if he's not going to be the shortstop when Trey Turner comes back, then why you messing with
back
him?
And forth?
I mean, I get it because it gets Merrifield into the lineup to play second base, and
let me bounce this question off you, because ever since they brought him back up, does
Cody Clemens
stick with this team finally once and for all?
I sure hope so. I mean, like we were talking earlier today, it's like where's he going to go? And you got options. Like you said, with Pache to possibly take, be the odd man out at that point. Then are you a little bit too heavy with infielders at that point if you do that with Cody for most of the point?
He's like your utility guy,
right?
He's a super utility guy. He can play everywhere. Witt can play everywhere.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, he did great. He played well the other day at third base there, filling in for Bohm on Monday. So,
all right.
Yeah. No, it's a good problem to have, right? That
yep.
you have too many options.
Yep. Well, let me throw another question at you. 2 days rest and then an off day tomorrow for JT. Or what did he do? Was he the DH today?
No, he caught today.
Oh, did he? Why do I think Stubbs was in the game?
He was in there yesterday. Last night.
Yesterday. Okay, my bad. I thought he was back
yesterday.
All right.
Which I kind of thought was a little odd that he did have the play the day game as well.
Yeah, I thought I saw him back. Maybe it was just in between innings or something. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm still angry that I wasn't at the game. But anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but it wasn't. They came back and fought.
Who else was there today? Bill Doyle was there. He checked in. There's another one of my proud customers that likes to rub it in. Yeah. Who else was down there? There were several people down there today, just having a good old time.
Joe Stinger is going to be commenting, and he was there too. He was there in spirit.
Hey, I got a question for Joe. Joe, do you go over to any of the Thrasher games? Because that young buck Aiden Miller's over there, right?
Yeah.
Did I get his name right?
Aiden, I think it's Aiden or Aiden Miller. Yep.
Emily was at the game too.
Oh, there you go.
Jesus Jones, I'm done. I'm cutting the show short.
She might have meant me too, as in I'm jealous, but
gotcha.
We'll wait for her to clarify.
All right, okay. Well, it wouldn't surprise me if she was at the game, but anyway.
Well, that would be, unless she was already planning to be here, that would be quite a road trip for a Phils game.
That is a road trip.
Yep. Unless she was at the Thresher game, maybe, too. That's the other.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. A reason I asked, I guess, because he hit his first professional home run or whatever.
Yeah, well, I think he's had a couple, right?
Yeah.
But no, he's playing well.
In spirit, also jealous. Okay. Not yet. They have mostly night games. All right, Joe Stinger, I got you.
Really? They don't play any day
games? The reason I brought up the Aiden Miller, because Bowman baseball cards hit, and they got a new series where they have the guys signing their first card. Just say, for instance, it's one of 150. They have the first card, and they have them. The inscription is "My first card."
To make it almost
my
a
first
101
Bowman card, and it's a 101. And our buddy Matt Strum put on Twitter that I just might have to go get that one. So I find out that Aiden Miller is a card collector. So,
is he?
Yeah. So he collects cards as well. So this club in the Philly clubhouse is they're all going to be collecting cards soon.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, just a little bit of nonsense.
And we know where a few of them like to shop. So
yeah, we do. We haven't seen Coach for a while though.
We haven't.
We haven't seen Coach.
No.
He's been busy, I'm sure, trying to get all these hitters figured out, right?
Yeah, he's doing a pretty good job of it right
Yes,
at the
he
moment.
has. Yes, he has. Any more? I don't know. Phillies 26-12, 2.5 above the Braves. Things are looking good. I know it's a long season.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, the downers want to say, oh well, they got the second easiest record, or schedule that's been playing. But how many years have we seen a team like this with the Phillies where they lose a few of these games? It's nice to see them, almost mad and pissed off that they lost today, and coming back and fighting, and picking up all these wins early in the season, which is nice to stack up, and you have them in your bank for later on in the season when you do have a little bit tougher schedule. So,
Lauren, any input on the Phillies hot streak coming out of the gate? I know you're half Phillies, half Pirates.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Absolutely not. I am not half Phillies, half Pirates whatsoever. No, I mean, like you said, it's a long season. So, you try not to get yourself too excited. You take the good with the bad, but no, it's too early to kind of get super excited, but you can't help but enjoy what you got right now, and they look good, and that's the most important thing. So
yeah,
nothing, just trying to keep it even keel for right now.
there you go.
exactly.
They play the season for a reason.
That's right.
Yeah.
He was angry Bryce today. Did you see him wail that bat after he beat that ball into the ground?
Yeah, at the end of the game there, yeah, it was.
I take it he missed the pitch.
A little bit. Yep. A little bit. He wasn't too happy with the umpire too, I think too, but
yeah, it was another tough outing for Aaron Nola, but
yeah, he had a couple of little soft hits contacts there, in that inning where he got gave up a few of those runs. I don't, that's his little bit of a downfall. He gets some weak contact at times, and so yeah, it's just and then it snowballs from there when he gets a couple guys on base, unfortunately. So
one last question on the Phillies, and then we can certainly move on. And I'm going to throw it at you, John, but Lauren, you can certainly, give us your 2 cents. The pitching staff, the way it is there such thing? I guess the question is, do you ever have enough pitching? Because it appears for the first time in a long time, we've got an excess of pitchers, starting pitchers.
Never have enough, but it's a good thing to have. Turnbull right at the moment in the bullpen.
And he looked good last night when he came in for a couple innings.
He did. It was nice with him coming in. I think they were saying that was his first time coming out of the bullpen. So, it was nice to see. Just to have, because you don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
Sanchez and him both have not a lot of innings over the past couple of years.
Right.
Under their belt, so they're going to have to watch their innings. So I think you're going to still see Turnbull at some point coming back as maybe a starter to give Sanchez a couple days.
But you got to be impressed with Sanchez, right, for being such a young kid.
Yeah.
I mean, does he not remind you of Ranger?
He does. Just a taller version of him, but yeah.
He's following that same path.
Exactly. No, it's true. It's true. But yeah, you can never have enough pitching. No.
And touching base on one more Phillies thing, when they make a move at the major league level, right? Somebody goes on the DL like Trey Turner. So they have to pluck somebody from AAA. So then AAA plucks somebody from AA, and AA plucks somebody from single A, so it's kind of like, they keep this train moving because our boy from Bonner, Jimmy Haley, was the guy that moved from Reading back up to Lehigh Valley.
Nice.
So I mean, I guess the point there is that the team seems to be stacked, with the reinforcements, at AAA and some at AA as well.
Yeah, I think it's a great. This is what we've been talking about for a few years now. It's not a 25-man roster. It's a
Right.
35, 40-man roster that you
Well,
need to have.
you've said that for quite some time now.
You
That
know, and
you
finally,
yep.
Dombrowski's been able to maneuver things around, and it's not an easy thing to do, but he's gotten the guys to be able to back up, and also it's not really all up to him as well, because Ricardo Pinto, I think he opted for free agency after being
Yeah,
sent
but
back.
then he cleared waivers and he ended up going back to AAA.
Right, but he tried to test it, so I mean
Sure.
it was so things happen that you might lose a guy, but like that, which
Yep.
is hopefully not going to happen with Cody Clemens, but
Yep.
if he's able to go back down and he's okay with it, for coming back up at another time, that would be good.
I find it interesting that on our board here are two Floridians, Joe Stinger and Emily. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we love you guys. Love you guys tuning in, and anybody else that's may have us on in the background while they're cooking dinner or mowing the grass or whatever. You can find us here every Wednesday night. This Fans View, YouTube.
What is Mom saying?
She mimics what I say.
Got it.
It's a pleasure to. I may have to move my spot.
Your studio.
Yeah. She's she's a gem. She's a gem. Anyway, we good on Phillies talk? I mean, I don't want to. John, you have anything else? Lauren,
No,
you want to add anything, or you're just waiting for Lauren's layups? I know.
No, not at all.
John can't wait. One of a kind. Joe Stinger, who's one of a kind? Sue, yeah,
Mom.
yeah, definitely. She's all mine. One of a kind. One of a kind. But yeah, it's closing thoughts on the Phillies. It's great to see them in first place.
Yep.
It's just it's good. They're off tomorrow. They head to Miami for the weekend, and then we get the Mutts. We get the New York Mutts for early part of next week. Is that 3 or 4 games? Why do I think it's 4?
Is it 4? I wasn't sure. Oh, I know 15th and 16th. I remember seeing it. I don't know. Is it only maybe 2 games? Is it one of those odd things with the 2-game schedule? Maybe.
Nah, not another one.
Well, I know, because they had the 2 games when they go out to London in early June. So.
Okay, go ahead, rub that in too. Go ahead. Let the people know.
Well, this Fans View is going to be covering.
It's a 4-game series with the Mets.
Okay, it was a 4-game. Okay,
Then they come home for the Nationals.
Yep.
So, yeah. So you want to, while we got a couple of free minutes here, you want to let everybody know that you're going over. Is this your first time leaving the country?
Well, going to Canada, that's part of leaving the country, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, let's rephrase. Have you ever been to Europe?
Never.
Okay.
No, never. No, with the generosity of my sister, she spoils my kids, which we end up getting the luxury of it as well. So she just turned. Well, she's going to be turning 51 now, but this is for her 50th and the boys' 21st birthday, which they're turning 22. She does a lot of adventures with the kids, and so we once she heard about the Phillies going there, that was our adventure this time. So
nice.
Okay.
So so it's a nice trip there. I'll be coming home a little bit earlier, and they're heading out to Ireland afterwards. So
nice.
Yeah. So for a few extra days.
Come on, you got to go to Ireland and hit a couple Guinness. Come on.
Well, if I was able to move around as much, I would be holding them back if I went there. So, not being able to do all that, just doing the Phillies thing, I think is going to be a little bit too much. But we'll make it work. So
Just Barney Stone. Get up on one of them double-decker buses and tour the city. You'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah, well, that's true. We'll be doing a little bit of that, and then like I said, this Fans you'll be covering it right there from London. So
nice.
All right,
it'll be fun.
All right.
Yeah,
we'll have to get the whole family this Fans View shirts so you can take a photo over there.
There you go. Absolutely.
Sweet.
Absolutely. We will.
There you go. You go. Maybe you can be with the what's the changing of the guard? What do they call that at the
at the Palace?
At the Palace. Maybe you and Tyler can switch places with the guards.
I don't think it's like an opportunity.
Oh no.
No, I don't think they look for people to participate.
That's no fun.
No, I don't think.
I'm going to try to make them laugh though.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to. They're not allowed to laugh.
John, if anybody can pull this off, you can.
Yeah. We'll
I want to see you. I want to see you with that hat on.
Yep. Absolutely. We'll see what we can do.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yep. And then when Sir Anthony was here, we'll see if we can hook up when we're there, and maybe we'll get some interviews down on the field there.
All right. So Jack just jumped on. Pet the horse. They like that. All right. Is that a British thing?
Or is that the reason to get me kicked in the jail over there?
Pet the horse, the guards. Oh, gotcha. They like that. Jack always kind of throws these zingers in there.
Yeah.
That they bite.
That's all right.
Every horse bites, yeah.
Yep.
Jack, we appreciate your sarcasm.
Thanks for having my back.
There you go. All right. So already the 7:00 hour, but it's fun. It's fun when your team's in first place, right? You can never get enough Phillies at this time of year, right?
Nope.
I know Shawnee's making his way back from the game, so he's not on with us, but he's done telling me it's only April.
Yeah, now it's May.
It's May.
It's May, and everybody hits. Woo! Woo-hoo!
I thought you had to wait till June for that.
June's hitting season, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's Charlie. That's hitting season, but it's already hitting season.
Okay.
So, yeah, when the temperature's as high as it was today, it's hitting season.
Indeed. All right, let's move on. Eagles draft, rookie camp. Anything you want to talk about? Because things seem to be going really well there as well. With a couple of our friends, Kelsey and Cox, retiring. But that doesn't seem to be the story anymore with all these replacement rookie players that we drafted.
True. That's true. I mean, again, another team that there's nothing to complain about right at the moment, which is, a little bit, a little scary in Philadelphia, right?
Pretty soon, you're not going to have a rant at all.
Oh, no, I always have something to rant about.
I think you'll find something to be upset about. I'm going to just venture.
Well, yeah, of course. We'll find something.
We're getting to it. I'm trying to get all the positives on the board first.
Right. Yeah. We got to figure out, why the puppet's still there. But once we get rid of the puppet, we'll be okay.
Got it.
Huge Nick fan. Big Nick fan.
Yeah.
Big Nick fan.
Go fertilize.
So, John, let me ask you, because I know you're a big draft guy, and you follow a lot of these rookies, especially when they're in college. Give me a rating. How did Howie do with this draft?
He got a solid A, I think. I mean, he pretty much filled a lot of the holes that we got, and not by just reaching for the holes that we needed. The board kind of fell to him to get the Quentin Mitchell and then Cooper DeJean. For them both to be able to fall there to him.
I like DeJean. Like Cooper DeJean.
Yeah, that was good, and then it was also nice to see them get Trotter's son to be here.
Yeah.
That was nice later on in the draft.
Yeah, that was a feel good story, right? With
Yeah.
Howie, with Jeffrey, with Trotter Senior.
Hmm.
That was definitely a feel good story. Now, I think I may have asked the question last week. Now the kid has to play, right?
Right.
He's got to perform. He's got to make the team. He's got to, he's got to produce, right? Isn't that what it's
Oh,
all
yeah.
about?
Oh yeah, no, he's a little bit smaller in stature, but there's a guy in the Hall of Fame in Stan Mills.
For
That
Sam, yeah.
that was a smaller guy, probably even smaller than Trotter. So
But he was
uh,
bulky, wasn't he?
he
Wasn't he?
was, but Trotter's he'll put on some weight, I'm sure.
Sure.
Over the years. I mean, his dad's got a big frame, so that and getting the kid from Michigan, and which kind of pains me from being a Penn State guy, but getting Keegan as the defensive or the offensive lineman is going to be a nice addition to this line as well. Maybe not this year, but definitely in the future as a right guard, and I'm sure he's going to probably push Tyler Steen at right guard there. So
he's a big boy. He's a big boy.
he is. To go along with the rest of the offensive line being nice and big there, and so yeah, I like that addition as well. The defensive end that they got in the third round. Was it Texas Christian? I think it was.
Yep.
He's not heard of a lot, but there's a lot of positive talks about him, with him being able to do what they want him to do.
And what is that exactly? Have you figured that out yet?
Well, they just like him in the rotation, just as
as an edge rusher, a kind of
just a change of pace type of thing for, maybe because he's like a little bit smaller himself, maybe being the Brandon Graham replacement type of thing, down the line.
Okay.
The kid Johnson, was it the wide receiver? He was a taller guy that they're comparing him to Howard Carmichael a little bit. So if he's able to be half of Howard Carmichael, that'd be a good steal there in the fourth.
Sure.
Round. So, and then the only one that's a little questionable is the running back Shipley, just because he's got talent. It's just that he has a fumbling issue. So hopefully they can work on that and figure that out because.
Well, they must like him because they didn't offer a contract to Boston Scott, and they let
Gainwell go.
Gainwell's gone. So who's the third, or who's going to back up Barkley?
Well, probably Shipley because they let Rashad Penny go.
Penny's gone.
As well. So, there's not much left after that. Because the other kid that they got from the 49ers, was it Simeon or?
Yeah. You don't hear much about him.
You don't hear much from him as well. So, yeah, it's probably going to be him and Shipley, and they'll probably pick somebody else up, as well. But when you got a guy like Barkley, he's unless he gets hurt, he's going to be on the field for the most, all three downs. So, you're not going to need a whole lot of running back help after that.
So I thought I had heard that this week was going to be the schedule, but I guess then the NFL put out notice that the 15th is when the schedule drops.
Yeah, next Wednesday now. Yep. Yeah, so
we'll know where we're going as far as road trips and that sort of thing.
Yeah. I'll bet, just make an assumption that the first game is going to be in Brazil against the Packers.
Wow. It's like your subject.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to go out on a limb there.
I like it.
See, I tell you, the John's rants is it may be short lived. You're now in the prediction business.
The Swami mode.
Yeah, so we got to wait another week. And like we said earlier, we're with Ben Davis next week at Henry Hand's Irish Pub. And for those that like to go to go out, check out Hanrahan's Irish Pub. They got stuff going on almost every night.
Yeah.
Live music, a lot of stuff going on. One of the, it's just not a local spot to go and have a beer. It's a good spot. They got food specials, drink specials. They just had a pretty cool Cinco de Mayo day on Sunday. So we're happy to be on board with them.
Plus a very large bar, that you can sit around and watch with plenty of TVs for the games.
Yeah, a lot of games. They're truly the local sports place to go. Right in Drexel Hill, the old Waverly Movie Theater. So check them out. Come see us next Wednesday.
Absolutely.
I think we're celebrating a special number.
Yeah, I think it's number 300.
Wow.
Yeah, number 300 next week.
Ball players love to hit 300, and we're hitting 300, and we're just cruising in.
Yep.
We're just cruising in. 300 shows. Jesus, Jones.
Yep.
I can remember, well, it wasn't good times, but we certainly made the best of it during COVID. We were doing a couple a week just to have fun and entertain ourselves. And, we had a lot of people following us, and, we just, we got through it together.
Yep.
We got through it together. 300 wins. Yeah. 300 wins, hitting 300. I mean, we got, this is good company.
Hall of Fame status.
This is definitely Hall of Fame status. Yep. We just may have to have a shot in a beer next week, John.
There you go.
I'd love to see that. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Shot of Guinness and a shot of
Jameson.
Jameson, thank you, and a Guinness.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, you could do a shot of Jaeger and put it in the Guinness.
Yeah. What is that called?
Boilermaker.
A what?
It's a Boilermaker, isn't it?
No. Isn't it called like a car bomb or something?
Yeah.
Or a Boilermaker.
That's close.
I don't think so.
I'm serious. Look it up. It is.
All right, Johnny, I believe you. The non-drinker, I believe you.
Mom's saying something about Bailey's, so that's cool. It may be Bailey's and Guinness.
Yeah. All right. Well, you could do that too. Hey, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Maybe John will like it so much we'll go for another.
Or maybe they'll make him go to Ireland.
I can't believe you're not going to Ireland there, Mr. O'Brien. Well,
it's like I said, it just they have all these adventures, and it's just going to be too much. I'm not going to. It's my body just can't handle it. I would love to. I would like to go, but I just if it wasn't a part with the baseball adventure as well, because that's going to be a lot of activity going on for me. So
all right.
Will this be the longest flight you've ever been on, Johnny?
I don't know, because I went to Hawaii, so I'm not sure. It's probably close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you flying direct, straight through?
Well, we can't really land in the ocean, so I guess so. I hope so.
I didn't know if you were like stopping off somewhere before you got to London. Smart ass.
Well, what else did you expect when you asked me that question? So.
Emily is our resident travel agent, and she said Hawaii is longer.
All right, so good. Yeah, so yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's a straight through.
Okay.
So have yourself a couple of drinks in the airport, you'll be fine.
Yeah, out of Philly. Yeah, I think we leave like 10, 11 o'clock at night, so hopefully we can sleep the whole way over there.
There you go.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah,
yourself a couple of car bombs at the pub and what's in the Philly. Yeah. Philly
I feel like the Boilermaker is like the non-alcoholic version. Like you have the Jim Daly and you have the Arnold Palmer. I think the Boilermaker is like the non-alcoholic side of the car bomb.
I don't know. I for some reason that pops in my head. A car bomb I also heard, but Boilermaker for some reason has popped into my head, and from my days at the bar.
All right. If we have time at the end of the show, we're coming back to the Boilermaker.
All right.
It's fine.
Let's talk a little Flyers because there really isn't a whole lot to talk about other than the upcoming draft. They stay at the number 12 pick, but they also have another pick in the first round. So they have two. They have 2 first-round picks. So curious to see what Danny Briere does there. I'm already, trying to figure out a possible trade to get one of them scoring machines. What are you shaking there, John?
I'm just pointing my phone. The first thing you look up at Boilermakers, the drink with the shot, the beer in the shot, right there.
1 beer and 1 shot of whiskey.
There you go.
We're not talking about whiskey, Johnny.
But it's a shot of something, whatever. It doesn't matter what you make. It's a shot, right?
Oh, Johnny.
Tall glass and a small glass. That's a shot and a beer.
All right, let's get back to the Flyers because I think you need to drink if you're going to pay attention to them this offseason.
Nah, they're fine. They're in good hands.
Yeah, they need scoring. They need scoring. They need they need a big time centerman. They need scoring. That's a problem. I know they're going to get a good player at 12. We got a lot of good players in the organization. By the way, the Phantoms are in the playoffs and they're on after the show, and I'm going to try to stream it and watch it live because, I got to get my hockey in me.
There you go.
But the Russian is coming. I get it, but that may be a year or two yet. I need scoring next year.
I liked your talks today when you were talking in your post about moving up a little bit.
Well, Toronto is I don't know what that team is going to do. I mean, they've got a bunch of great players. I'd love to steal somebody off that squad.
Right.
Hartnell was at the Phillies game today. Yeah, he was. Yep. Can you tell me, since this is the 1 hour drinking show, what he was pounding? Come on, Joey Stinger. What was he pounding?
Okay, I'll wait.
Do you know, Lauren?
Mm-hmm.
You watched the game or the highlights or lowlights?
I saw it on Twitter. Some of us have to work.
Yep.
Some of us just sit around all day and talk sports. So.
Yeah. Yeah, she heard it. She's just not answering it. The best scorer in the draft should be available at 12. Yeah, but does he come to the Flyers next year, or do I have to wait 4 years for them to develop him?
Wow, that's nice if things are falling into place, just like with the Eagles. If the best scorer is going to fall 12.
Well, I mean that's great. It's all well and good, but give me. Can I go get Johnny Gaudreau? Can I go get Mitch Garner? Can I go get a scorer?
They passed on Gaudreau.
Well, I know we did. And he doesn't play defense. LOL.
He's going to college. So.
What's that?
He said he's going to college.
Is he? The kid is?
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Gaudreau stinks now. Yeah, but just think how good he would be here in Philly behind this crowd, behind this building, these fans. They just need somebody. You can't roll out them same guys again next year. I'm sorry. But that's my rant. I don't have one. That's John's deal. And we're going to be closing in on that in a minute or two. So are you getting ready? Do you have your rant ready, Mr. O'Brien?
Absolutely.
He's always rant ready.
Oh yeah, that's my middle name.
Yeah, I know, but I don't take this the wrong way. I just feel like your rants were really good when you didn't have to prepare for them.
Ooh.
Oh well, yeah, and that's why I don't really prepare too much for them. It just come off the cuffs, but it just It's just one of those things. Like, and today's rant's going to be about today's Phillies game, and it really wasn't meant, wasn't because of that, but it just worked out, so it's kind of nice.
Go on.
Well, we're not there yet.
You're there. You're there. You dialed us in, so let's have it.
Let's have the video.
Let me grab my popcorn.
There you go. Grab that popcorn.
I got M&Ms.
You got M&Ms. There you go. M&Ms and popcorn work good, in the movies.
Peanuts, M&M peanuts.
Yeah, exactly.
Regular.
Okay.
All right, Johnny, hit it. Hit us with the big shot.
It's the umpires. It's the umpires. When umpires are taking over the game, where that's all they're talking about on TV and on the radio about how bad they are, it's coming to a point where something has to happen. And I don't want the robot umps, to be honest. I think that's going to be coming, but I don't know that I really want that either, because you do need that human element in the game as far as the balls and strikes. I think maybe get rid of the box on the TV will be a little bit of a help, at least for the viewers. Still not going to help being in the game, because let's face it, the batters have a pretty good eye, and they know the strike zone pretty well.
And so does both sides of the dugouts.
Right.
Them.
But you got all these guys in the minor leagues and all these umpires around. Some of these umpires just need to move on as far as being a home plate umpire. So, maybe you have to judge it, and if you're not qualified enough to, balls and strikes wise, you still do your rotation, but you're not at home plate calling balls and strikes. You can move over to third base, second, wherever. Just because it's not fun to watch when guys are arguing with them, and they get the attitude when you say something to the umpire about the ball not being a strike, and then they're going to give you an attitude. And then Aaron Judge got kicked out of the game last week, because of it. Schwarber had a big blow up. What was it, last year, earlier in the year, when he got thrown out as well. It's just not. It's not a good look for the sport when you're trying to grow it and make things better. You want the sport to be what it is. Go out there and play the game, not worrying about, oh, that's not a strike, and oh, that is a strike. And it's a simple fix. You just move things around and not let those guys who are behind the plate that are terrible at it not do it. I don't know.
Well, all right, Johnny, that's it.
So how do you single out a bad home plate umpire? I mean, you're talking about what, rating these guys?
Well, they're already rated as it is now. They're all rated.
Yeah, but do you think that the MLB is actually going to listen to whomever does these ratings? And I'm sure that the umpires have a scale that they go by, to rate or judge these guys. I mean, do you really think they're going to throw these guys under the bus?
Well, you don't have who knows the faces behind the home plate, and who knows who's supposed to be at home plate that day. You're not throwing anybody under the bus. You just don't put them there.
Well, what's the first thing the home plate umpire does when he gets into it with a manager or a player? He rips off his mask, and he's just as confrontational as they are.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because it's not a good look for the sport. So that's what I'm saying. If you,
I'm not disagreeing with you. Look at the manager last night for
right.
Toronto. I mean, that was a horrible call, and we're Phillies fans, and it was still a horrible call.
Right. And then there was another one today with I still need to look at it a little bit more with the Rojas bunt. It's not a ball. I thought he was still in the box when he got hit with the ball, and they called him out. He had it not out instead of, he should have been out, but they didn't call him out. So it's just one of those things. But it's the whole thing. It's they're rated. I mean, that's how they get to be in the playoffs. Who gets to go to the playoffs and who doesn't. So if you need fresher eyes and younger eyes, you got a lot of guys coming up through the minor leagues, that could be the home plate umpire for that that event or whatever. And there's still plenty of qualified guys that are in the major leagues as it is now. You just don't put those bad ones out there because it changes the game a lot. When you have a 1-1 count to a 2-1 count or whatever, it changes the game, whether offensively or defensively. It affects the game.
One final question. So does the review, does that make it any better or any worse when the manager challenges a play? Is this making baseball better or worse?
It's funny because it almost is making it worse. Almost because the umpires are not almost a little bit more relaxed, I guess, in making the calls where, okay, well, yeah, they're gonna review it. So it's not on us. It's not on us type of thing. So, I don't know. Like, just you already opened that worm though for can of worms for doing the replay, but I just don't know. I don't know. It's
Warren, that was a pretty good rant because he's got a great argument.
I don't mind it. I need like a buzzer, like a ding 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 when his time is up.
I nailed it right on the 2 minutes.
I know.
So I didn't go over.
I know.
I don't have a problem. It's a great. It's a great conversation piece because, maybe we can ask Ben next week.
Oh, I'm sure he'll have some comments.
Oh, I'm sure he will. Don't you worry.
He's a former catcher and he's been behind the plate, and I'm sure he's got a good umpire, bad umpire story.
Oh yeah. Just look at Eric Gregg was famous for having a huge strike zone, right? It's okay. It's but when you have that box up there, the guys going back to the dugout, and it's like, oh well, it's all there. It's too much.
Yeah, but they're not seeing the box, John. We're only seeing it on television, and then it gets highlighted by whoever's broadcasting the game.
But I don't know that because they show that StatCast stuff and stuff. I don't know if those the players on the iPads are seeing the StatCast.
Gotcha.
Maybe they see a different box type of thing, but it's like touching it or it's not. Or I'm sure somebody's in the dugout, in the clubhouse itself, not in the dugout, but that's no, that was a strike or type of thing. If somebody's complaining enough that according to the box, or whatever.
All right. Well, we gotta make sure that we get Ben Davis's 2 cents next week.
But when you get Larry Anderson and Scott Fransky, on the way home saying, "Oh, that ball's five balls outside, and it's called a strike."
Yeah, but as well as I do, Larry Anderson hates any umpire.
Oh, well, of course, being a pitcher,
any umpire. I don't care who it is.
Yeah, but when Fransky's doing it, it's a little bit of a different story. But
he tries to make a story, a funny story out of it.
Well, that's true. That's true. But it just when it's the whole time they were talking about it today on the TV broadcast, it just doesn't make the game enjoyable when that's all you're focused on.
And last night's game, not to beat an umpire up, but wasn't that the lead umpire last night behind home plate?
That's what I mean. So
so.
But that's because of seniority. I think is how they they get it.
Is it? Is that how they grade these guys?
Well, I think that's how he gets to be the crew chief is by seniority of the group.
So not because you're good or bad. It's by how many games you've.
Yeah, it's because of the union. They're protected by the union. But like I said, not that you're going to send them out to the cow pastures, but hey, this movie, we're just not doing home plate. And I'm sure some of them will actually enjoy it because we'll put on all that gear in the middle of summer and not have to worry about putting on the all the gear behind home plate. I'm sure
that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
When do you present that to the commissioner?
I'm over in London.
After you have like a 6-banger of Guinness.
Boilermakers.
Lots of them.
Next time I go out, I'm ordering a Boilermaker.
Just Boilermaker.
Boilermaker. Boilermaker.
Yeah.
Right.
They'll probably like show me the front door. All right, let's move on. Let us move on because it's the NBA playoffs and our Sixers are gone. They are gone. They're nowhere to be
They're
found.
scared of it. They're
They
afraid
are nowhere to be. I don't even know. Do we have a team? If we wanted to put a summer league together, do we even have a team right now?
We got one player officially under contract. Paul Reed was under contract because they didn't get out of the first round. He's not liable. And I think the same thing happened with Ricky Council the fourth. He's not technically under even though he signed a contract. Tyrese Maxey doesn't have a contract, but he's not going anywhere because he's restricted. But officially it's only Joel Embiid is the only player on the team.
Were you guys able to dissect any of Daryl Morey's press conference, and what did you get out of it?
He seems about as lethargic as I expected him to seem.
Sound like a teacher from the Peanuts. Wah, 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 wah.
You watch it and you can't help but wonder, this is exactly why the team is the way they are. It's got to start from the top, and there's just nothing there.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing there. And I hate to say that, James Harden was right about anything, but I told you that was going to happen when we talked last Wednesday. I hoped it was going to happen. I hoped that Thursday night was going to roll around and they were going to lose. And that's exactly what happened. And my biggest fear is that nothing changes in the offseason.
Well, the dynamics of a 15-man roster has to, because they got to start signing some players. I guess things won't start till after the playoffs and
right,
all that stuff. But I mean, you got to put a team together, and I just don't ever remember. I mean, I'm sure this isn't the first time, but I can't remember a team being down to one or two players at the end of the season because everybody was on either one-year deals or expiring contracts, or we just don't need you anymore.
Right. No, that's true. I don't know that they're. I don't know how you can get any worse, right? Otherwise, you have nobody on the team to become.
I mean, where do you? I got absolutely zero out of that press conference, and I think a lot of the press were very. What's the right word? They pressed for answers. They asked questions, but I mean, he absolutely gave no credibility as far as what he was gonna do this offseason. All he kept saying was he's got a lot of draft capital, he's got a lot of cap space, he's got a lot of this, he's got a lot of that, and he's got a lot of bullshit.
Right.
And I don't know.
Some of it was, the NBA rules. He's not allowed to say, I want to get, this player type of thing. And it was weird because he kind of sounded like he took a shot at Buddy Hield by saying, we want to get a wing that can play well in the playoffs. And then, which I guess would have been Buddy Hield. And then
but didn't he trade for him?
He did. He said he was the best player at the trade deadline. And then afterwards, he's like, well, but Buddy Hield can still come back and possibly play for this team. So,
but the crazy thing was, he said that he was the best player that they got in the trade, and then he sort of said something to the effect of well, that didn't age too well.
Right.
Meaning, now he sort of took back that compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all a little bit.
And if he's not allowed to really say anything and he's not allowed to really mention the players that he's going to go after, why have a press conference? Nobody wanted to hear from you anyway. I wasn't dying to hear what Daryl Morey thought happened to the season.
Right.
So why not just wait until you have something to actually say?
Yeah. And then he wasn't going to stop Joel from playing in the Olympics because that's his dream, and not that he could, because the NBA doesn't allow that to stop him, but. It's just interesting. just interesting. But it's. I mean, who from this year's team would you want to bring back?
Just Maxie.
Well, I think where do they stand with finances? Are they allowed to sign two max contract players? Is that the way I understand this?
Well, yeah, but I think one's going to be Maxi. Is
Right.
Going to, the Maxi would be one of the contracts, and
Right.
then they'll be getting one from Tobias.
So you'll be allowed to sign another player from another team,
right?
But then that team has the right to match it. Correct.
Most likely, unless he's unrestricted.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, I mean, there are some that
Going to be an interesting offseason, guys and gals.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean,
it's going to be interesting. I got a funny feeling we're going to be talking a lot about this nonsense.
Well, I mean, like you said, you got 13 moves that you got to make. Whether they're already here, some of the guys, that they're still going to be part of the moves, but you're going to have 13 players that you're going to have to add to this team.
Yep.
Which is really
unheard of. Well,
so.
I think we covered a lot in a very short hour.
Mm-hmm.
We went to London. We came back. We could have gone to Ireland, but we came home.
Right.
And we covered all the Philly sports teams.
Yeah.
Lauren, you ready for your layups?
Sure.
Hit us with your best shot.
What is the best concert you've been to in person?
Oh, boy.
I've only been to one.
Billy Joel.
You've only been to one concert ever in your lifetime.
Yeah.
Okay. What was it?
And I'm trying to remember the name of the band.
You were drinking Boilermakers?
Boilermakers, yeah.
This is okay. So let's go back for a second. You've only been to one concert ever in your lifetime. Are you not a music guy? Are you not a concert guy?
No, it just wasn't something. I mean, I like music, but it wasn't. I'm trying to think.
He does not like music, and when I have it on in the store and he comes in, the first.
Oh no, I like music. I know a lot of
music.
No, that's only because I can't hear over when it's right up in behind my ear. I can't hear anything else. I'm deaf.
That's fair. Okay.
I'm trying to think of the name of the band. It's an older band.
Well, that narrows it down.
Yeah, well, of course I know, but
the Rolling Stones.
No. It's
all right.
Talk yours first, because it was up at the Lehigh
University
fairgrounds was it?
That festival that they do?
I think so. Yeah. But it was like.
All right, maybe you need to phone a friend.
I know.
Was Jen with you?
She was not. This was back in college.
This is before Jen. Ooh,
yeah.
This is getting good.
Oh yeah. What was the name of the band?
Is it like a well-known old band?
Yeah. It's a nice band. I mean, like I know some of the songs. I'm just not a good person. I know songs to sing along with them. I can't be like, oh,
Leonard Skinner, the Eagles.
No, it's like.
All right, it was the Beatles.
Steve Miller?
No, it's like a Journey, but it's not Journey. Like like a
Dave Matthews Band.
We're on a journey.
No.
We are definitely on a journey. Okay, Johnny, back to you. You think about it.
Yeah.
Well, okay, Dad, what do you got? You've been to quite a few.
Quite a few. I believe the best, because there was a great crowd of people that we hung out with that night, was Billy Joel and Elton John.
Oh, nice. That one
they had dueling pianos. They did a lot of sets together. It was, and I drank a lot of beers.
I heard, Mom. Yeah.
Did you hear, Mom? Yeah,
I did. Yeah, I heard her.
She couldn't wait to add her 2 cents.
Yeah, I heard her.
Yeah, that was. We have one coming up this summer, don't we?
Bruce Springsteen. I'm definitely in the minority on this one, but I'm apprehensive about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
The last Bruce Springsteen concert I went to was horrible.
Yeah, because he tried playing a lot of his new music. You know what I mean? He did a lot of acoustic stuff.
But it's funny because if you really look at it, Bruce Springsteen doesn't have a lot of big hits.
Right.
He has a small handful of like mega hits. So if you're just like a casual fan like I am, you only really know those mega hits. So after he sings those 3, maybe 4 songs, the rest of it.
He's got a few more than that. I hope the Denenbergs aren't listening because that's their guy.
Well, he doesn't have nearly as many as Billy Joel, and he doesn't nearly as many as Elton John.
No.
So when you're comparing it to that, it's just a tougher concert if you're not like a die-hard Bruce Springsteen fan, which I'm not.
Sure.
So
we're selling the tickets and we're not going.
We're not selling the tickets, but there was a lot of
those like 3 years ago.
We did. Well, it got canceled last year because he had some stomach problem. Something happened to him last year. So we're back this year. My answer is going to be Elton John. Anthony and I went to see him on his final farewell tour in Philly in 2019, like November of 2019. And so COVID happens. It pauses his tour. So then we got to see him again on his farewell tour at PNC Park in Pittsburgh a couple summers ago. Yeah. And that was so good.
That had to have been a party.
It was awesome. Just that stadium backdrop. We'd never been there for a concert before.
Well, this is interesting because this brings up a question, right? Because you've got all of these, not all, but you've got several of these bands now that make these tours through the summer at these baseball stadiums.
Yeah.
Up at Fenway, down in, in Philly at Citizens Bank, right. Pittsburgh, they're all over, they're all over the country, and it's become a big thing.
It has. Morgan Wallen is going to be in Philly this weekend at Citizens Bank Park when the team goes away. He's a country singer. I have also been to a lot of concerts in my, short 33 years so far. Paul McCartney was another good one. I saw him at Citizens Bank Park back in 2016 or 2017.
We did Paul at was it the Spectrum? I think it might have been at the Spectrum. That's how far back we go when he was doing, his solo thing.
Right.
Let me tell you, he put you to sleep with the acoustic music and the solo stuff.
For me, that was just you're seeing a legend.
Right.
You know what I mean? That was one of those concerts where
sure.
Paul McCartney concert.
Yeah. So. No, for sure.
But lots of country concerts. I've seen, Dave Matthews Band quite a few times. I've lost track on how many times we've seen Billy Joel. I remember you and I were like, we gotta take a Billy break for a while because this is just year after year after year. Yeah. One that I would love to get to because it seems like it's coming to an end is Billy at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like
we should do it. We're a train ride away and
I think July 25th or 26th maybe is his last show, I think, at Madison Square Garden. Or at least that's the last one you can buy tickets for.
It'd be a great birthday present for you-know-who.
Mom, we're going to pick up big time on that one. So,
hey, that was a great Lawrence layup. That was good. Johnny,
have you thought of the band yet?
I did. It's Chicago.
Man, I go back with Chicago to the old Valley Forge music fair out there on 202. Chicago.
That's a good one.
That's a good one, Johnny. Very good.
Yeah, like I said,
Did you phone a friend? Did you phone a friend?
No, it literally. I didn't know it until Lauren just said, "Do you remember it?" And it just popped into my head, and I'm like, and I was like, and I had to think about it. Fortunately, you were talking about it. And I'm like,
Saturday.
I didn't want to be like
in
Hawaii
the
instead of
park.
Chicago and something like that. And be like,
They're
say
good.
like the wrong
They
name.
were good. They're still out there today, are they not?
They are. I think I've still,
Yeah, I think
Or
they
stuff about them.
do a little, they rev them up out of the nursing home and
Yeah.
yeah,
no,
music, music's come full circle, especially with Lauren and I, because she likes a lot of the same stuff that we like. And who was the other band? Bob Seger. You were no, it was over at who?
Steve Miller Band.
Steve Miller Band. Yes,
I've seen them 6, 7 times at this point.
yeah. One of the last shows we went over to Camden was that one. Who were they there that night with? Foreigner or something?
Oh, Steely Dan?
Steely Dan? Yeah.
Maybe that's who they were with? Somebody like that. Yeah, I don't quite remember.
How about a gazillion Jimmy Buffett concerts?
That's another one that I am very jealous of. Wish I had gotten to one of those.
Several Billy.
But even the one we were just at not too long ago, Stevie Nicks, that's a bucket list one right there. I mean, I would love to see her with Fleetwood Mac, but that's not going to happen now. But
remind me again, who was she with?
Billy Joel.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was great when they did a couple of songs together.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Real good one.
Rod Stewart. Joe Stinger's a big Rod Stewart fan.
Okay.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah, we've got, it's funny, music and sports, right? They kind of go hand in hand.
They do.
Right?
Yeah, like I said, I
got a couple of rockers in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Don't ask me who they are, but there's a couple that are in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Cool.
One of them has a pretty famous song. I'll be like John. I don't know who it is.
Like a Dan Fogerty type.
There you go. You go.
Put me in, coach.
Yeah.
Put me in, coach.
Yeah, that's him.
Yep. There you go.
I know the songs. I just don't know, like.
Johnny, you're hiding behind that Guinness. I know it.
Exactly.
Center field. There's Al.
You surprised me, Johnny, on that band because I didn't know where we were going with that. I wasn't sure we were going to have even heard of it. Yep. So Joe Stinger asked a little while ago, what year was that, John? Do you remember?
That would have had to been
easy now, John. Easy. Take it easy.
Easy.
Probably before you were born, Lauren. Like 94, 95.
Okay. That's not before I was born, but all right.
But it's close.
Okay.
That's what I said. It was.
I would expect my pop to know what year I was born.
It's 33 years ago. Well, it's going to be 34. So
come on, stop.
34 minus 24.
All right, guys. Great show.
It's an even number, 90.
It is. It's very easy.
Unfortunately, that was the year I graduated from high school, but it's okay. It's another.
Speaking of college, Lauren, how about all the great concerts they're having up there at the what's the name of the joint up there in Penn State at the
Beaver Stadium?
No, well, Beaver Stadium and across the
Bryce Jordan Center.
Jordan. I mean, they're bringing up who did what do you call it? Just go see Saturday night. You were talking about it.
Oh, Teresa.
Teresa and Nick went. I guess there was some country singer.
I think they went to see Morgan Wallen, didn't they?
Yes, there you go. Yes.
Yeah, he's on tour right now.
Yeah, I mean, I can't only imagine filling Beaver Stadium for that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yep.
Guys, great show, great topics.
Yeah,
great
absolutely.
Topics.
Absolutely.
I think we nailed it this week.
Nailed it.
When else are you going to get a Boilermaker in Chicago and all on the same episode?
I know, right? You got to go to Chicago to get one.
You do. That's okay.
They have a really good coffee shop in Chicago, right across the street from Wrigley Field. Don't sleep on it if you're ever there.
Coffee shop?
Mm-hmm.
So after the bars.
Sure, if they're still open. They're probably not though, but it's
Do
a
they
good
mix
one.
alcohol with their coffee?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I still order that coffee to this day and get
That's
it
an
delivered.
Irish coffee, by the way, too.
No Irish coffee.
But
regular-
that's what that would be called. If
So
you
wait,
mix the
you
alcohol.
order it today and you get it delivered from where?
my house.
Oh, to make.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. You order the beans.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. Very cool.
So there you go.
Well,
Very.
we're big coffee drinkers. John is not. But we are a big
Sprite
Bob's not a
on the
coffee
rocks is the
drinker.
hardest it gets for me.
I guess it's you and I, Lauren, with this coffee thing.
Outside of the house, I am.
So good.
Yep.
Yep.
Guys, anything else?
Nope.
I mean, I don't go to bed for a couple hours, so.
Maybe 2 hours.
Mark your calendars for May 20th for Orion Kirkland to be here at the store.
There
Signing
you go.
autographs.
Yep.
Shortly after Ben Davis, the week after Ben Davis. So that Monday. So not that far away. We got what's 12 days away.
Yep.
Wow.
So, yeah, get your tickets and come meet Orion Kirkland. It'll be nice.
Joe
See what he's
Stinger's
got
a
to say.
big Wawa coffee guy. He's just letting us know.
There you go.
I kind of drifted away from Wawa. I don't know why.
Because you got to pass the store to you have to pass the store to come back to it.
I'm now it's either Dunkin' or 7-Eleven. I kind of drifted away from Wawa.
Nah.
I don't know what happened.
One of my favorite things is whenever I travel, I try to find like a local coffee shop and get like a bag of coffee and try it. That's how I found the Chicago one when we were on our honeymoon.
Nice.
Nice.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, you're right, Joe. I don't like going that way anymore.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
and we'll leave it at that.
That's a good one. Joe.
We'll leave it at that, Mr. Stinger. We'll leave it at that.
Especially walking.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't even like looking up that way anymore.
Nope.
All right, guys and gals, great show. Thank you. Thanks everybody for joining in with us. If you're in the neighborhood next Wednesday night, Hanrahan's Irish Pub, I'm buying. Let's have a beer together.
There you go.
So
Maybe a car bomb
maybe a car bomb.
or a boil maker.
If you want to call it, they may not know what a car bomb is there.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
I didn't know what a car bomb is there. It's an Irish pub.
Come on, it's a Boilermaker.
Oh, okay. Oh, boy.
All right, guys, have a great rest of your Wednesday, great
Absolutely.
rest of the week, and we'll talk soon.
Sounds good.
Take care.
Yeah.
Bye.